Hi, hello. It's definitely been a minute since I've done this. Hi, welcome back to my channel if you're new. Hi, my name is Melleny. If you'd like to get to know me a little bit, all my social media links are linked down below in the description bar, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in any kind of way. Today, I'm finally jumping back into it with a small TBR video for July. This is a smidgen late, but you know what? We make do with what we can. If you didn't know, I'm currently working a full-time job and doing my honors part-time. So I have minimal time and my reading has taken its dive because my personal life is kind of messy. I'm trying to find balance, and one of those things in attempting to find balance is to go back to things that I really love doing during the pandemic and before I started working, and then balance those out with work and just do them when I can. Well, Barney also wishes to be in this video. I'm not home as often as I used to be, so he doesn't get to see me as much. You don't remember Barney? This is him. He's a needy boy. Yeah, that's it, I guess. So I just like to preface this video by basically saying this is not an original idea. This is not created by me. This idea is by Cody from Cody's Book Corner, who I will have linked down below. I have the channel as well as her playlist regarding, which is called Wheel of TBR, mine is called Spin the Wheel. I remember things, so yeah, this is gonna be a bit of an awkward situation, but I figured, you know what, what's better than to just work through it together. So yeah, I've taken off all of the prompts from the wheel because we're gonna put on some fresh ones, and then I think we're gonna do something nice and easy, and that is 4 spins at the moment, just because, as I said, I'm reading nothing. I have a goal of 50 books for the whole year and I'm 14 books behind, so we gotta get a little bit of a move on. I'm currently reading 2 books. I'm technically reading a third, but I'm not actually actively reading that at the moment, but I'm trying to actively read 2 books. I'm almost done with one and I'm about 100 pages into another one, so that's going to be added onto the TBR, so it's going to be about 6 books in total, unless I can squeeze those into the prompts wherever they may be. So I think let's go ahead and start by putting on the prompts. So I've already gone and shuffled these up. I'm just gonna grab randomly and then put them up. Okay, so the first prompt we have is beautiful cover. I have so many books that describe this really well, especially ones that I haven't yet hauled, which I will do. I have a lovely stack that I need to haul for you. It will probably be like a part 2 kind of, a 2-part kind of thing. So we'll see how that all goes. The second prompt is graphic novel. I don't really necessarily have a lot of graphic novels left to read, but I do have some children's books which are very much illustrated. So whilst they aren't necessarily graphic novels, I will kind of count them towards this if this does get chosen. You might not be able to tell, but I studied English at uni and I got a degree in it. The next prompt, our third prompt, is graveyard. So these are books that I did not finish, and basically what this means is I'll go back through it, take one from there. Graveyard books, I also believe, are books that I did not finish or ones that I didn't get to that I need to get to, so I don't really have one of these at the moment. I'm starting fresh this year. We're gonna try and see, maybe it's like one, maybe I'll just choose one that I haven't finished before that I've just put back on my shelves from last year. We'll see how this goes if this gets chosen. Cool. The next prompt, we're like a third of the way there, a fourth of the way there. I wish I could math. The next prompt is a bad book. This is a book that hasn't really gotten good reviews over the last couple of months, or in general the Goodreads is looking slightly bad. Like we're looking at a low 3-star rating kind of book at the moment. Like that's what my thought process is with this. The next prompt is one word title. This is very self-explanatory, so I'm not going to explain it. The next prompt, we're slowly getting there, we're almost half at the moment, is going to be a series. I have a ton of series that I have not finished and that I probably would need to reread. At the moment I am rereading the Throne of Glass series with hopes of actually finishing it this year. I've just finished reading the Assassin's Blade short story collection, so I need to read Throne of Glass next. I'm definitely hoping to finish that series this year because it's about time, I think. Cool beans. We are halfway, my guys. Nice. So the next prompt is a random book, so I'll just probably do a random number, and then English is a skill that I must possess. I'll probably do a random number generator. I have a spreadsheet on my laptop which just has basically all the books except for the new ones that I have not yet added onto it, and I'll just do a random number generator, see what pops up, and then pick that book. If I have read it, I'll just do it again, basically. Okay, cool, let's keep going. No beads. This is not for you, this is just paper. He's like trying to climb up my legs. The next one is middle grade. I have a ton of middle grades that I've recently acquired and in general just have because I love reading middle grade. In fact, I think I want to reread the Morrigan Crow series because I've got the third one, Wondersmith, and I really need to get to it. So I'm thinking that maybe if this comes up, I'll read the first book in that one, which is Nevermore. Okay, we're on the last 4 prompts for this, so let's shimmy on through. The next prompt is a booktube would recommend. So I'll just go through some, I know some booktubers lately have been doing like, I recommend this, or if you like this kind of thing, or even just their favorite books. I'll just go through that and pick one from there. I've done this before with books in Lala and I ended up reading Illumine, which does remind me that I need to get Gemini and what's the third one? It starts with an O. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, moving on. The next one is Blurb. So this is a book blurbed by my favorite author. I have a couple. I have like J. Kristoff, even though he's problematic at the moment, so I'm not going to ignore the fact that he's problematic. There's also Sarah J. Maas, Bridget Kimmerer. Who else? I have quite a few. So I'll just find a book that's blurbed by one of those people and go for it, basically. Next one is a second chance book. So this is a book, okay, yeah, so this is a book that I didn't really like the first time around and I'm willing to give another chance to, just to kind of reread it, whether it's in a different format or just, you know, give it another chance. Might have been like a situation where I just wasn't feeling it, but I definitely think I could like it. This would be for that prompt. And then the very last prompt that we have coming up is, let's hope it's a good one. It's an ebook. So I have a ton of ebooks. I have a ton of like e-arcs that came through. I actually got one recently for like a smutty cowboy book that I was like, this will get me back into reading. So if that comes up, I'll probably end up reading that one just because it was an arc. So I'm gonna put this one up. So just a quick reminder, obviously we're not doing a lot of spins this time around. I think at the end of the month when I do for August, it will be a lot more fun because as I said, I'm trying to find balance, and right now I don't have any uni, so I have all this time that I'm hoping to optimize into reading time. Obviously if it lands on the same color 3 times, I have to add an extra, oh goodbye. If it lands on the same color 3 times, I'll just add an extra spin. It makes it $5. What else? I don't really think there's anything else that I can add to this at the moment. I will have, as I mentioned, Cody's video down below, as well as my very first video regarding this in which I discussed the rules, because I myself cannot remember them, so I'll probably, if something happens where I break the rule, I'll just go and have a look on there. But yeah, let's go ahead and spin. So this is our very first spin for the year. That's nice. That didn't really travel far. I do think it's maybe time for a new circle. That's just my opinion on the matter. But yeah, so we landed on middle grade, which obviously means one thing, and that is that I'm going to be reading Nevermore. So let me go and grab the book. Okay, cool. So here on Nevermore, I have both the arc and the finished, but like looking at them, I really like 2 different spots. What I think I might end up doing is I will read the arc, just because the arc is also a lot more of a floppier edition of the book than what this one is. This one is quite stiff. Sorry. So yeah, I might just read the arc and then go through all of these and tab in both copies or something along those lines. I'm not entirely sure how I would do this, but yeah, here we go. We have Nevermore as my very first book. I honestly think that is a very nice beginning. The wheel, which just fell off, is very kind to me. Okay, so I need to go ahead and replace middle grade with a new prompt. That prompt will be, you know, once I get there, local reads. This is my intention to read more locally. We have a lot of fantastic fiction in South Africa, and I do have a ton of South African authors on my books. In fact, I had a series called Local is Lekker on my blog, which every Tuesday I would post something in English and Afrikaans. I want to get back into that once again. I want to try and get back into a lot of things, and this is probably the one way that I can do that, is if this gets chosen. So let's go ahead and put it on and then spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. I think I'm gonna try again, just because I'm clearly not spinning this right. Spin it again. Okay, fantastic. So obviously that was a lot better of a spin. The ebook, I'm just gonna pop the cover over here. It is very much a smut read, and I am down to read it. I also could technically use One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston, which I do have as an audiobook. Technically, it's an e-version, an electro copy of the book. So I could squeeze this in and then make myself feel really, really great. So what I think I'll do is I'll put both on. If I manage to finish, obviously I'm going to finish Casey McQuiston's book first because I've only got like an hour and 20 minutes left of that audiobook. But if I somehow manage to read the cowboy book as well, I'll include it for this prompt and actually make it work, essentially. So yeah, I think that's how we're going to play this one out. Go ahead and replace ebook with a completely different prompt. So the prompt replacing ebook is non-fiction. I once again have like a ton of non-fictions scattered throughout. I have a ton of like autopsy and forensic investigation books. What are they called? Like those kinds of things. I have them like scattered all around, and I really like reading them, even though I do find them kind of tiresome sometimes. But anyways, regardless, moving forward, I do have quite a few of those, so I do think I would like to squeeze maybe a non-fiction in. It would really help with growth. Okay, so that was our second spin. Let's go ahead and spin it again for the third time. Okay, landed on Graveyard, which is not what I really expected because I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna quickly have a scour on my bookshelves for a book that I didn't get to last year or something along those lines, and then I'll get back to you. So one of the books that I kept trying to read last year was Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova, and I just never kept getting to it for some reason. I kept putting it off or something like that, and I was like, okay, I'll put it down just because, you know, I'm not in it and I really want to enjoy it. So I think I will just pick it up. It is a short read. I might as well put this in my pile and finally get to it, I think. Cool, let's go ahead and replace Graveyard with a different prompt and get to our very last spin for today. Prompt replacing Graveyard is adaptation. So obviously this is very self-explanatory. This is a book that's being adapted, oh my goodness, into a movie, or a movie that has been turned into a book. That happens quite a few times where a movie does really well and it's being converted into like a children's book or a quick YA read or something like that. And I do want to do this. I'll also do this for upcoming adaptations. In fact, I actually have The Woman in the Window on the side, so I might just do that. And the intention of this is to both read the book and watch the adaptation as well. There's obviously Shadow and Bone, but I don't have my series with me at the moment because I've lended it out to my brother's girlfriend. So yes, that is what I would do. I would read The Woman in the Window is what I'm saying. Cool beans, let's keep going. Okay, let's go ahead and spin the wheel for the very last time today. And yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated. This is Booktuber Recommends, and I don't even know if my laptop is charged enough for this. So let's go and have a look, shall we? So as it will turn out, my laptop is not charged enough for it. So what I'm gonna just do is I'm just gonna respin the wheel because it will take a little bit longer than necessary to charge it up and then look for a video from a YouTuber that I wanna watch. Otherwise, there is like a cheat thing that I could do, and that is to read The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. I received an arc of this and I was really grateful, but I was actually starting to slump at this point. I just remember everyone raving about this, so I could pick this up. Let's do that. Let's pick up The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant just because it's one that I've been wanting to read. I've heard nothing but amazing things, and I think if there's anything that's going to get me back into YA fantasy, dark fantasy in general, it's going to be this book because I've heard nothing but great things. Obviously, I hope it doesn't disappoint, but yeah, I think this is going to be it. So this is what my TBR is going to consist of, plus obviously the ebook that I spoke about, either going to be The One Last Stop by Casey Quiston, or like Cowboy Smut Book. So I'll just pop those two covers over here for you. And yeah, this is my TBR for the month. I don't think it's gonna be too crazy, but yeah, I also have Scythe, which let me grab it. So Scythe is the other book that I'm currently busy reading. I'm 100 pages into that. So yeah, this is what my TBR is looking like for the month. So I'm quite happy. Thank you so very much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If not, I will also see you in the comments. Let me know what you're currently reading this month and how your reading has been going this year, considering that mine has been going absolutely abysmal. Once again, you can check out my social medias if you're interested, and other than that, I will see you in the next one.